So sometimes you see people, they wear this kind of clothing, and it's supposed to go, this collar is supposed to go from left shoulder to the right ribs. Yeah, sometimes you see people wear it the other way around. This is very wrong, and only dead bodies wear the uniforms like this. So never wear it the other way. If you buy a uniform and it's from right shoulder to left ribs, return it. It's only for dead people. So let's see, can you see this? Ah, yeah. Okay. So this is called Mingzhi Dao Pao. It's a very early version of Daoist uniforms. These have inside layer is the Dao Pao, have the white collar, and have an outside part which is called a Hechang. Hechang is what in ancient times is called like the crane cloak. It's called the crane cloak. And these clothes are actually from the Ming Dynasty, or it's called the Mingzhi Dao Pao. And since the Song Dynasty, there was a custom that the minister and scholars wearing Taoist robes. So since the Song Dynasty, the Taoist robes are the regular clothing or the normal clothing uniforms for the minister and the scholars, bureaucrats, and so on. So there is a different type of cloak-like clothing. It's a short cloak with like embroidered patterns on there. It's called the xiapei. I don't have a photo of this now, but in ancient times, the Taoist clothing is not called Dao Pao, but it's called Pei. And in the Ming and Qing dynasty, like these clothes were like standard for most of the people. Anyway, all the people, also ordinary people, they were not allowed to wear ritual robes, but the normal Taoist robes and the normal Taoist clothing. So in I'm going to show a different photo. So usually you see, and this photo is also very good. You see it's a long robe, and there is a very important part here I'm going to talk about in a moment. And we also see it in a different photo in a moment. So there is different colors of clothing. And there's three major colors now, or main colors we use now. There's, of course, you know, you can wear whatever you want, but during the past centuries and years, and maybe a couple 100 years, the people they don't use so colorful clothes for daily life, but for rituals. So the normally the clothing colors is either blue, black, or white. White is more for summer and not for work, because it gets very dirty very quick. And there's different clothing about to wear during your day-to-day work. And there's like short ones and long ones and different type of headwear and so on. So today you're going to learn a little bit more about this, because a lot of people, they make comments on my videos, also on Douyin, about the different headwear is representing different schools, but this is nonsense. Since ancient times, people wear all different type of hats. Today, maybe if we have time after the clothing, or maybe in the future, we can talk more about headwear and what exactly they are. But generally speaking, there's no, you cannot see whether this person is from this lineage or that lineage because they wear a different hat. You know, the headwear is just not showing. In fact, you know, it's only maybe nowadays more people wear from this lineage wear this kind of hat or something in this color clothes, but this is, you know, it's not a general, it's not the standard. So everybody can wear these type of clothes. It doesn't matter what school they are. So blue, black, and white are the main colors, and then there is ceremonial clothing with a lot of different colors with special meanings, and today we're going to talk more detailed about this. So when we see this Daoist uniform, the colors, they always refer to the elements. So blue is the element for wood. Blue is wood and not water. Blue is the most common uniform color for the Daoists, and the wood, or the element wood, is representing benevolence. It is gentle, kind, noble, and generous. These are a few of the characteristics Daoist wants to cultivate. And blue and wood, the color wood, or the color blue, the element wood, represent the birth and growth. So the Daoists, they want to cultivate longevity. So therefore, they also take a lot of symbols, and everything in Daoist culture is symbol, and the color blue represents longevity. So black is the color of water, element water is Xuan, and water stands for wisdom and also kindness. And the idea or the concept of Xuan is very important in the I don't know why it's not showing in here. Supposed to show. So then just do like this. So the black uniform is symbols or symbolism of mysterious or deep, and this also represents the idea of the Dao De Jing, of the Dao. It's called Daoism is called Xuanxue or Xuanjiao, as also translated as the mysterious studies or profound studies, profound and mysterious. Black is the color of like the mysterious water, deep water. This looks black, and then it's not turning. It's not. Oh, I got it. I can scroll. Okay, wonderful. So we have white color. White is the element for metal, and metal is fierce, resolute, represents righteousness, and it is also one of the most common colors worn by Taoists. There is a saying, it says, the 从入合二. So it's from an ancient text. The character 二, the 2, symbolizes the space between the earth and the heaven. And Ru means, like, I cannot copy this right now. I need to write this in the chat. No, it's okay. So the character of the R represent the heaven and earth, and in between there is a space for the sunlight. So this means, like, the original meaning of the white is the sunshine, the sunlight. If you look in the sky and you look, the sunlight is also quite shining, quite bright. So it's symbolized by this color. So there's a lot of different clothing. Used. Start with this one. This is called the Duangua or Xiao Dao. Usually it's called the Duangua, and it has like a straight color, straight, and V-neck shape, and this is short. This is a working garment or day-to-day garment. So usually it's wear this for work if you work in a temple. So the next one, where is my not this one. I cannot switch from this to this. Okay. So this one is the Dagua or the Dajin. Dagua, just now is the Duangua. This is the Dagua or Changgua. It's the long robe with the normal sleeves. This is very important. You need to understand there's different sleeves also have different meanings. So what we see here a little bit on the side is called a huijian. It's something what looks like this. 2 strings attached, and they have the shape of the sword tip. So it's called the sword of wisdom. And this also represents or symbolizes the detachment of the worldly life. And all Daoist uniforms, beside the Duangua, the first one we just looked at, has this huijian. It's called huijian. So here is a different version. It's a little bit small. So this is what I just want to say. Here is the neck part or the collar. And here you see 3 layers. 3 layers. And this is only Daoshi can wear. Only those who get initiation, either the Shoujie or the Guanjin, preferable both. So there is 3 layers of this, and the standard is that this, or the uniform standard for Daoists, Daosh, only Daosh can wear this. Before we talked about different type of practitioner, we have the Xintu or the Jushi, and then this is when the people make the Gui. And after Guiyi, they all made the Baishi and then the Guiyi. But then there's different initiations, for example, the Guanjin or the Shoujie, receiving the precepts. And only when one becomes the Daoshi, they can, according to the standard, wear this kind of uniforms. That's why, for example, in Wudangshan, almost no one wear this kind of uniforms because everybody there, they wear different Daoist uniforms. But when you look at the color, not only the color, there's also different other things you can look at. You see they only practice martial art because, you know, the shops, they don't sell this kind of uniforms normally. They don't make them anyways, not as like a mass production. Most of the uniforms produced in Wudangshan, for example, they are just the normal one layer. So I also don't tell you what's it called, you know. Okay, so this one we already looked at. Yeah, Zhonggua is like the medium size of this. Zhonggua is like the medium size. Right now I wear Zhonggua. It's not so long. So I'm very this is called the Diluo or Deiluo, Doluo. Sometimes people call it different ways. We call this Diluo. Deluo is a ritual garment, but also can wear on a day-to-day basis. No, but usually for Daoists, they wear this kind of uniforms. Also, a lot of people, they wear this kind of uniforms if they are make the Guanjin or the Shoujie. Yeah, this one also have the three the three terrace color, and so the other photo. Okay. This one you probably cannot see now at the moment. I need to share a different thing. Okay. So you see here, everybody wear this kind of Deluo, and this is I think it's a Shoujie or Chuandu, Chuanjie or Shoulu event in Longhushan. She is also wearing this. I know her very good actually. She also wears this kind of, you see the sleeves very long. Very long. Here's this is a Donggua, the one we just mentioned. Here's a Xiaogua, but this is actually Zhonggua is to the middle. Duangua would be to the hips. Maybe they have very short legs. And this is actually what's written in here is wrong. So, and this one is the typical, what I mean is the, like the typical not Daoist priest, and nobody gonna wear like this if they are Daoist. So Daoists, they don't make a nice thing that looks like a gift, gift box, a little bit hilarious. I tell you why, because this is a photo, it's a martial art advertisement from internet. Usually we don't wear this kind of things. Although Shinrui have this kind of thing, and we wear this underneath. So usually we could wear this kind of things underneath, so we don't have like the sleeves. Maybe sometimes it's a little bit cold or something. But usually never wear wear the huidian like this, you know. And here you see it's a normal one layer color. So Jushi would wear this kind of things. But also old Daoists, old Daoists, they wear this. They don't care, you know. They are already in the business for too long, so they don't care about if there's 3 terrace things or 1 terrace system. At the end, it really doesn't matter. It's just a standard uniform. It's a uniform standard, and a lot of people. Here you also see there's 3 layers. Maybe it's a little bit dark now, but there's 3 layers. This one here only has 1 layer. No, it has actually 3 layers, but it's just very supple. 1, 2, 3. And the white in white. So you see this kind of uniforms is quite common for the summer time because it's white. And, okay, let me look at the list. Okay, yeah, there's a few uniforms. They also wear as a day-to-day garment. It's called the Na-yi. And the Na-yi is from ancient times. They just put a lot of like cover a lot of holes, and then it would look like this. But this one here is obviously made like this. Okay, so the transmission or the idea or the heritage of this kind of things is that there is a uniform or a Daopao, which has so many holes, so they always put something as a cover on it. And then over the time, it looks very colorful. Yeah. And this is also what we call the Dailo, very long sleeves. There's also standard for the sizes. You see this is also very long. Looks almost like the shui shu for the ceremonies. So we have also ritual or ceremonial clothing, which is start with the most basic clothes. It's what everybody knows. So they come here and you also wear this when you do the ceremony. It's called the Jingyi. The Jingyi also have the Huijian here on the front. And there's different types of Jingyi. This is a type of Jingyi. This is not a Jingyi. This also look yellow, but it's not Jingyi. Okay, so you need to be careful when you. Yeah, you see, it looks absolutely different. And this thing here is also very important for Daoist. It's a little bit of a cloth. It's very important. It's one of my most important items, this piece of cloth. So what is the other GE? Oh, hold on a moment. Oh no, it's the same photo. Okay. Okay. Oh no, wrong. I don't. Yeah. So the Jingyi is this one here is a big straight yeah, fabrics or cloth, and it just have 3 bottoms here, and the other one is have sleeves. It has sleeves. Okay, so there is a difference in between those. because the Jingyi can be red or purple, and it's only worn by the Jingshi, which we translate as the master of the scriptures. Jingshi means master of the scriptures. They are the Daoists who are praying on the altar, who sending the scriptures, who do the rituals. And the Jingshi is also part of the Gaogong ceremonies for worshiping or repentance ceremonies on a day-to-day basis. And they wear this kind of uniforms. There's also for different schools, different schools use different garments or different clothing. There's something was called the banyi or chanyi, and we also eat. This one here is also day-to-day ritual clothing, same like this one here. It just looks different. You see all the jingshi, this is, you see they have sleeves, you see on the crown, everything. You already, if you know a little bit about the crown and the hat, you see they have short hair, so they are maybe from the Zhengyi school, but you cannot make this out only on the head, but from the garment, from the ritual garment here, the sleeves, they look different. And when you look at the crown, this is not Lianhua Guan, but I also use this kind of crown for Chunzhen rituals. Just depends on the liking, right? So, but the altar setup on one side, I can see it's not a Chunzhen ritual. This one here is also, this is what they usually wear in Wuxi or Jiangnan. I also have lots of these kind of garments. Oh, the wrong photo again. Oh yeah, this is called the Chanyi, and this is for also do the rituals. There is some different colors, but also the colors, they have a meaning. Oh yeah, here's another good photo where you see this is all the Chunzhen Daoist. How can you see this? It's because the setup and the robes, and these robes, they are the straight ones. The straight ones, they don't have the sleeves, right? But it is not necessary. There is a lot of things in the head of the people, like it must be like this, so it is this. It must look like this, so it is that. It is not always like this. So there is also Liu Shan Pai Daoists. They wear this uniform and do the Liu Shan rituals. Liu Shan Pai is different. They have totally different uniform. They wear a skirt. Most of the time, it's just something they put beside that. They have a different type of crown. It's all different, but you know, maybe they don't have the uniform they usually, so they just wear this. It's not make a difference. The important is that the fa shi, the master or the priest, know what they do. So it's just a ritual garment. Okay. So double check. I forgot something. Yeah, there's something was called Hua Yu or Ban Yu. It's also called Ban Yu, which is very beautiful, very expensive. I know it because recently I bought some. Okay, this photo is a little bit maybe small, but you can see these are called the Huayi or Banyi, and they have different colors. This is also the Jingshi, as you see. Yeah, this is like the normal Jingshi table with the instruments, and they're not the priests, but they wear a very colorful uniform, and because maybe it's a very important ceremony, and usually here is the photo. Usually they look like this. They have like these lines in between, and it looks very beautiful. It's called the Banyi, and here is a Wulong Banyi. Different colors, different meanings. About the meanings, we come to it in a moment. There is a lot of scholars in the West. I know that because I've seen conversations about this. They never know about the standards of the colors, and I also don't tell them because it's none of my business to interfere with them. But it's very interesting that they do the studies and they never come across the meaning of why Daoists during the ritual wear this uniform or that uniform. So because you study with me, you're gonna learn something today what some world famous scholars don't know anything about. It's really funny. So there is, of course, the important colors when you have the Jingshi, and Jingshi is either 4 or 5 or 6 each side. So normally we don't use black. We don't use black, and we don't use white for the Jingyi. But the other colors, they can, need to be paired. So both sides have the same colors, like the photo we just saw. So there's also different standards for every temple. You see here they have like one yellow, one red, one yellow, one red, one yellow. So this is maybe just because they have this kind of standard. In Dadaguan, for example, there is pink, green. Wait a moment. Pink, green, blue, yellow, and red. So in this order: pink, green, yellow, red. Pink, wait a moment. Pink, green, blue, yellow, red. So there's a lot of different standards for every school, but these uniforms for Jingshi, this is Banyi, right? This uniform for the Jingshi, they are only wear for like more important ceremonies, not as a day-to-day base. Maybe some places they also have a lot of money, so they use these uniforms on a day-to-day base, but normally it's not like this. They are quite expensive. They are the same price or the same expensive like the Fayi, the priest robes. Okay, so about the colors, there is of course different meaning of the colors. For the Jingshi, is the different colors represent the elements. Okay, so don't ask me what element pink is. It's also different temples use different colors. Okay, so I'm also not the boss of the Dao, but okay. So here you see some Daoist priests. They also wear 3 different colors. Most of the time, what you see is the 2 same colors, and the middle one, the main priest, maybe have a different color. But some places, like here, maybe also Wudangshan, they always wear 3 different colors. For the Fayi, and there's also important knowledge about the colors. Start with yellow, because yellow is actually the highest rank. And because the highest rank, this is the color of the celestial master. So the Tianshi would wear this for ceremonies. And also this color is usually worn by the emperor in the ancient times. So this is like the kind of the king's dress or the highest kind of robe status, or yeah, the meaning of this color means the high status of the priest. Then you have purple one. This one is not so nice. Here's a nicer one. So what is the difference between this and this? One more time, this one and this one. This is also nice, right? It's also very nice. I have this one in yellow actually. This is very thin. It's very thin, and it's two dragons called Shuanglong Daopao, and very simple. It's very simple. This one here is the 真正的自袍. It's a real purple robe with the 九龙道义 or 法义, 九龙法义. 9 dragons. The 9 dragons, they also have an important meaning for the priest. The purple, according to the Daoist culture, is 自启东来, so it's also a very high status or high priest wear this. Usually, like on bigger events, the Dangjia, the headmaster, or the abbot, or like the chairman or president of the association, they wear this kind of 9 dragon uniform. Also, old masters as like the representative of the Daoism or Dao. 自启东来, the purple color or the purple cloud come from the east, symbolizes the most auspicious symbols in Taoism. So purple is also a very high-ranking color usually. Then we have red. Red is usually more rare. Yeah, you don't see this so often. This type of red, maybe yes. There is another I want to show you. This type of red is more like blood red. This red is not so common. The other one, yes, here it is. I like this one better anyways. During rituals, or this color is for pray for blessing, or pray for blessing and doing this type of rituals. So this is blue or light blue, tianlan, symbolizes wood and represents vitality. It's usually worn by the priest for worshipping or celebrating birthdays for deities. So it's a shengdan, or shengdan usually wear this. I really like this color. I like all the colors. I like them all. So green is also very beautiful, very rare. Usually not many people wear the green. It's also to pray to the celestials or the immortals or ancestors. So if there is like a Shengdan or those festival for immortals, like yesterday, for example, Yesterday is 4月初一, 初九, it's the motto 占山峰祖师 the 圣诞 yesterday, so can use this kind of uniform, the green uniforms. Okay, black uniform, black is beautiful. So I could just, is it recording? Is it recording? Is it recording? Yeah, okay. Black is beautiful. Black is most beautiful, I think. And it's for the worshipping, for the domu, or for the stars, Baido. And it's usually worn by the dobu, what means the specific department in Daoist schools. They worship the stars, and I myself is from the dobu. And then there's the white color. White is also beautiful. White color is usually used by the Mingsi or underworld division. This is only for worshipping, and like for the dead and the ghosts. So the department which do the underworld service use this doing the Yanko, for example, or doing the different ceremonies for underworld, releasing the souls, releasing from the suffering. Okay, there is also some things I want to show. This is called a Jiangyi, and this one here is maybe very, very expensive. I think a couple €1,000. So I have the sleeves attached to it, which is not a rare thing, but this specific clothing here is very beautiful. And what this scarves or the sleeves inside is called the haiqing, or it's called the shuixiu. Usually we call it shuixiu or haiqing. So it's only for do the baibiao. Baibiao is for honoring the petitions. For making ceremony, baibiao is called the baibiao. Do a special ritual for the petition, usually done for different type of deities. For example, 玄武大表、玉皇大表、东母大表、太岁、白太岁、白太岁. Last time, 新锐, last time when we do the 白太岁, I also do like this, but I do the 白表, but don't use the sleeves because my uniform that time don't have this, and I didn't have it. So now I have the 水袖. How about there's different other uniforms? I can show you some more photos. For example, this one here. This is also on the first look, it looks very simple, like a jingyi, but here also have the shuixiu, the sleeves for ceremonies. This is a priest uniform and not a jingshi uniform. Different schools, there's different types. Okay, this uniform here is also only worn by masters for a very specific ceremony. I think I have a better photo of this one. So, No, I do not have a better photo of this. Where is it? Oh, I don't have a better photo of this at the moment. Well, that's really funny because oh, it's myself somewhere. Maybe I will find it in a moment. So this uniform is only for one specific ceremony. It's called the Tianxian Dongyi. Tianxian Dongyi is only worn by masters who receive the highest precepts. The highest precepts is Tianxian Shoujie, Tianxian Jie. So Jie is a specific uniform for this ritual. And in this uniform, there is this Tianxian Dongyi, which is only worn by master who received the highest precepts. Yeah, there are a couple of hundred precepts, and then they can wear these uniforms. Yeah, it looks a little bit sci-fi with the like a Star Trek kind of uniform from other planet with this kind of color here and this kind of things. But this is how this looks. This here is the JE. JE is called the uniform for the receiving the precepts. And this one here is the Gui, Guiju the Gui. It's a common piece of cloth for making rituals. So what else could I show? Oh no, there was another photo of the G. Oh, why I show? Oh, I can show more than one photo at the same time. You never could guess. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this is actually from 2016. I supposed to join this this ritual is for 1 month, cannot do anything. Every day have ceremonies, but I was occupied with different other work. This is actually in Wuhan. This one also, the same event. Shoji. Okay, so yeah, today we learn a lot of uniforms. Here's the Tianshi. Okay, short photo of the Tianshi. Have you, do you know who is this? Who can tell me who is this? It's the last Tianshi. It's called the Zhang Yanpu. It's the 63rd generation. And after this, his son died. His son died. So his grandson or granddaughter, I think it's a granddaughter. They continue. Before 63 generations, only the oldest son received the complete initiation and transmission for the Tianshi. Can you believe that? 63 generations. Okay. And the son died in a car accident in Taiwan. Oh, this is a beautiful uniform. I can show you some beautiful uniforms. Here, this is also called the Ming's Daopao. This is all kind of Ming's Daopao. What they wear in ancient times, more than ancient times. This one we already looked at. And we close the presentation with this photo. Bye bye, everyone. I hope you enjoyed a little bit about the clothing. I actually prepare something to talk. I never look 1 minute on this paper. I just make a list of things I want to talk in the future. It's about uniform and accessoires. I think it's very important to know about this as well as many other things. I do a few write-ups here, but I know what I want to talk about. Actually, if you're interested in different topics, you can just let me know. Also about the Fa Qi, I'm going to talk more about the Fa Qi and what Daoists use on a day-to-day basis in their practice during rituals, or we need to mix it up a little bit so more people get interested. And if you know somebody who wants to learn more about Daoism, just introduce them to the introduction course. It's on the 3rd of June. I just made a post on Facebook. So if you have someone wants to learn more about Daoism, they can join the free course. I'm going to introduce more about Daoism and also about our classes and upcoming courses. So it's going to be interesting, maybe also for you. You're going to learn a few things. So on the 3rd of, it's next Saturday. It's next Saturday. It should be the 3rd. Yes, it's next Saturday. It's the 3rd. Also on our time, like this time, 7 o'clock in my country. And if you're interested, or if you know somebody who wants to know more about Daoism, just share it. From my students, I always expect they share all my things. So get more people to know Daoism. So mission. How about everyone? Let's wrap it up for today, and see you next Sunday. Wish you a good one. Those I see in an hour. It's evening course. 好吧，慈悲慈悲，福生无量。